Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to St. Dom's first annual, perhaps, Telethon. The season this year has been a most unusual one. We've been buffeted, shall we say, moved around a lot, and we've had to endure an endless series of really crazy situations. However, I think what you're going to find out today in our telethon is that the spirit that has filled the halls of St. Dom's is something that does not die easily, but rather lives and enjoys life. My name is Timothy Gallick. I'm the president of St. Dominic Academy.
My name is Will Cobb, current St. Dominic Academy parent and alumnus of the class of 2001.
Our project here was born out of a necessity to raise funds for our school. Today's telethon is about raising funds, and in a moment we'll share with you how you can join us in keeping the school open for our 450 students. We've attempted to do multiple fundraisers during this year, but COVID caused our plans to be changed and changed and changed until finally here we are. On a plus side, it has allowed us to view the school in a way which we would not ordinarily have been able to view it. We have been able to get into classrooms and see students acting in a most amazing fashion, something which we can bring to you. We'll bring to you the music talents of the school. We'll bring to you the heartwarming stories of our families. We can bring to you alumni who can tell you the impact of St. Dom's, parents, and talk about the history we've had here. What's so amazing is that sometimes misfortune brings good fortune in ways you don't expect. But thank you for joining us today. Please spread the word. We're going to be doing this for a while. And let's start our little discussion of St. Dom's. Every dollar counts. And we hope whatever gift you can give us today, you will be able to do it. Like I said, we have phones ready. We have a room here filled with students who are eager to take your call, to take your pledge. We're asking you to support us in many ways. You know, we've found out that during the year, a lot of things that we typically planned to do, we couldn't. We didn't go on vacations. We didn't travel to see people. We've been at home. And perhaps that's enabled you to be a little more generous than in previous times. I'm happy to say that the board of St. Dom's has agreed to match the first $500 that comes in. So you can call, text to give, or click the link on our website.
There are several ways for you to donate today. We do have this lovely bank of call takers here, but if the phone's not your thing, you can text us. You can text the word Showtime to 207-222-7203. Or you could go to www.stdomsmaine.org and click on the Showtime link.
We will start today with a prayer. This song was written by David Foster, Carol Sager, Alberto Testa, and Tony Rennis for Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion. Performing for us today are the St. Dom's drama director and the music teacher.
Hi, I'm Kay Warren, and I'm the drama director here at St. Dom's.
I'm Matt Conrad, and I'm the music teacher at St. Dom's. And we chose this piece because we feel that it fits in very well with our mission here at St. Dom's. So I hope you enjoy the prayer.
Let this be
Welcome back. Once again, that was drama director Kay Warren and our music teacher here, Matthew Conrad. At this time, I'd like to throw to our young gentleman here and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the crowd, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen. We pause as we begin on a somber note. Our beloved bus driver, Bonnie Hershey, passed away just the other day. And we'd like to take a moment to thank God for her life and the gift that she was to us, to remember her and to remember the life and the love that she had for the school and for the kids. Her presence at so many sporting events, her care for the children as she drove them around. May God bless her. May she rest in the arms of her Savior. Before we get on to the school song, there is something we do need to touch base on. We are living in the time of COVID, and you might notice that we're not wearing masks because we're 6 feet apart. In fact, it's marked on the stage so we don't do that. The reason we opted to go without masks is because we want you to actually be able to hear what we're saying.
And honestly, I think this might be the first time Tim's ever seen me without a mask on.
I actually had to get ID from him. So, we're going to go and sing the school song. Anyone who's been at St. Dom's more than 15 minutes has heard the school song.
And on a visit to our alumni recently at Schooner Estates here in Auburn, we were honored to hear alumni Norm St. Pierre, class of 52, Romeo Labby, class of 54, and Lorraine Higgins, class of 55, sing our school song.
Never falling down as we're fighting for victory. Hail, valiant comrades, our colors in full sway. The black and white means fight, fight, fight. So charge and you'll win today.
Well, one of the beauties of this place is its history. One of the great questions we want to answer today, though, is why choose St. Dom's? There's many things in life you can choose. There's many options to say. St. Dom's is more than just a cut above the rest, but is a truly special and unique place. And we've sent our cameras around to help us prove the case. Please enjoy.
Decided to send my kids here at St. Dom's because of the values that stand to me, and I wanted them to, to be part of the Catholic schools, because myself, I went to the Catholic schools when I was a child, a teenager. So I wanted them to get the same values as me.
The kids are phenomenal. My other teachers around me are just absolutely amazing, and they are so supportive, and a lot of them have become great mentors for me as well, and it's made this place somewhere that's really enjoyable to work.
The community is really welcoming, and I like that the teachers, they really understand you, and they're really always willing to help you.
It has been interesting to be here and see the support that we have received from the school community. Really very nice people, very loving people, and I've even seen my kids happy being here.
I have never felt so supported, and I have never had the opportunity to work with students who just on their own want to do so well, on their own are so motivated to do their best. It's just a wonderful place. Growing and excelling are really what everybody here wants to do. And it's just nice to have that culture and to have a support group that really everybody is willing to support everybody here. And it's so great to have that.
Previously, Jaden was in a Catholic school in the Bahamas,
And so when we got the information about St. Dominic here, we were very impressed. Somebody here who already knew well of the campus and some of its previous scholars was very impressed, and so I was brought here to find out more information about the school.
We had switched the girls from their public school to St. Dom's because they were both experiencing bullying. And part of being bullied is they would be timid about their approach to life. Since coming to St. Dom's, they've really blossomed and opened up. They have a lot more friends, they're more outgoing. They tease each other more. They're happier being at St. Dom's than they were at their public school. So it's been a real joy to see them.
Decided to send my kids here at St. Dom's because of the values that stand to me, and I wanted them to be part of the Catholic schools, because myself, I went to the Catholic schools when I was a child, a teenager. So I wanted them to get the same values as me.
The kids are phenomenal. My other teachers around me are just absolutely amazing, and they are so supportive, and a lot of them have become great mentors for me as well, and it's made this place somewhere that's really enjoyable to work.
The community is really welcoming, and I like that the teachers, they really understand you, and they're really always willing to help you.
Deb.
We are foregoing the Booster Club for now, and then the next.
Decided to send my kids here at St. Dom's because of the values that stand to me, and I wanted them to be part of the Catholic schools, because myself, I went to the Catholic schools when I was a child, a teenager. So I wanted them to get the same values as me.
The kids are phenomenal. My other teachers around me are just absolutely amazing, and they are so supportive, and a lot of them have become great mentors for me as well, and it's made this place somewhere that's really enjoyable to work.
The community is really welcoming, and I like that the teachers, they really understand you, and they're really always
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. St. Dominic Academy is a Catholic academy. Faith is not only important to us, it's critical to us. It's the lifeblood of our school. It's what animates us. It's what makes us who we are. The beauty of our faith, though, is that it is a Catholic faith. It is one that is all-encompassing, one that reaches out and draws in all who wish to come. We do everything we can to make this schooling available to everyone who wants it, regardless of their religious background. But we'll never walk away from telling them that they are loved. They're loved by God. They're loved by us. And love is what animates life.
So please, at this time, enjoy a short video, a short piece, outlining our Catholic faith here at St. Dominic Academy.
The idea of non-Catholics coming to a Catholic Catholic school is a great way to evangelize, a great way to share faith with them, and also to kind of break down the misconceptions, because even if they themselves are pretty strong in their faith, what they get is at least a good solid foundation of what the Catholic faith has to offer the world. And if they themselves are really pretty strong in their faith, hopefully it has a greater respect and tolerance for the different relationship and break down some of the misconceptions.
Well, I go to Mass every Sunday, but having religion part of the everyday life in the school really makes it so that it's integrated in what I do every day. It makes it part of who I am every day, not just on Sundays. So when we have prayer every class, we pray before sports games, it's an opportunity to just center yourself and remember like what your purpose is and why you're doing what you're doing.
When I first arrived at St. Dom's, the biggest thing for me was that faith should not be experienced as an imposition on the lives of our students, but as a blessing. And just kind of like this chapel, you know, what is it just something that's kind of a, you know, like, or ancillary, it doesn't really matter much to students, or do they see this as really an opportunity that they have a place they can come and pray, they have a place where they can encounter God. So I think that that's really kind of the overarching piece, was to say, well, how do students experience faith as a blessing? Like, how can they see it just not as something being imposed on them? And I think a big part of that is they need to have ownership for it. Because we established what we call the assistant chaplain program. So we have currently 23 students. We started with 5, and then the next year it was 8, and then it was 12. So we've been growing so over the last 5 years. And they run the chapel. I walk in for Mass and they get everything set up. I mean, down to ironing the linens for Mass. And they can set the books to the right page. They know what they're doing. They keep me in line some days.
So the assistant chaplain program has 2 main purposes. One is to satisfy the needs of the Christian community on campus, and the other one is to serve the community that is outside of our campus. We do this in many ways. We started a garden here this year, the St. Francis Garden, and that was headed by Father Seamus, and we started that to help donate food to local food shelters and hospitals during the pandemic. When I started, it was just the principal saying prayer in the morning, and then it has developed to every class. One of the assistant chaplains will go to a classroom and say prayer, and it helps to set a tone and build upon the Christian community here.
So I've been doing music ministry since I came to the Auburn campus, and it's an opportunity to participate in the Mass by singing and cantoring and leading the liturgy through song. And over the years, a lot of my friends have joined, and we've all just kind of built this community around music ministries. And it's a great time to participate in that and just feel like you can contribute to this unity of the community through not only prayer but also through song, which we all enjoy.
The kind of the keystone or the key retreat is our junior retreat. That's the 3-day, 2-night retreat, and it's really they're making a ton of important decisions in the next year as far as discernment of which school they're going to go to, what they're going to do, their career, all these other things, and it's a more challenging time for them to navigate at home and with friends. So we really try and help give them some tools to think about their gifts and to just try and let go of any baggage that they might have so they can be able to enter into that chapter really freely and strong, capable. So that retreat is really fun, and it's just, we go to a great retreat center usually. Each of these retreats we've now found kind of a place we like to go. So that one's down in Kennebunkport. There's a Franciscan guest house. And it's just fun. It's so they look forward to it. They're highly recommended, but they're not required, but we don't have any trouble with that. The kids want to go.
I was speaking to someone who was very, very appreciative of their time at St. Dom's because they were going through some financial difficulty, and the school kind of assisted them to help them come to St. Dom's. And now he is graduating from law school. And I was thinking and he's very, very appreciative of the opportunities that they gave his family. And I thought if there was some way that those who graduated from St. Dom's and would benefit would help, especially given the cost of education today, that they would come back and somehow help other families who would like to have that opportunity to have a St. Dom's education.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that segment. We're joined right now with some students from St. Dom's. My daughter, Alana Gallick. Mr. Cobb?
This is my daughter, B, both second graders in Miss Williams' class, or I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson's class. I got confused because I'm reading the teleprompter and got ahead of myself. Next up, and the reason why they're up here, and continuing the theme of our Catholic faith here at St. Dominic Academy, we have a music segment from our second graders, Miss Williams' class and Mrs. Johnson's class, singing We Are the Church. Enjoy.
But one more thing before we go. While you're enjoying this, don't forget to text the number on your screen, to go to stdomsmaine.org, or call us in order to donate. Thank you.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that song just as much as we did. At this time, we want to talk about our history here at St. Dominic Academy. If you don't know, now you know. The history of Catholic education here in Lewiston, Auburn dates all the way back to 1878. We've put together a collection of historical facts, some videos, some interviews, for you to learn a little bit about how St. Dominic Academy became St. Dominic Academy. I myself have a little bit of history going back to when it was Holy Cross School in middle school and grade school. So at this time, I'd like you to enjoy this piece of history dating back once again all the way to 1878.
El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Adonai. Age to age, you're still the same. By the power of the name El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Erkam Kana Adonai. We will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. Through your love and through the Ram, you saved the son of Abraham. Through the power of your hand, you turned the sea into dry land. To the outcast on her knees, you were the God who really sees. And by your might, you set your children free. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Age to age, you're still the same. By the power of the name El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Ergamkana Adonai, we will praise and lift you high.
My name is Teresa Plow, and my maiden name was Silhouette. And I graduated from St. Dom's in 1950 in the girls' division. We had nuns, all of them were nuns, and they were the best. And to this day, when I compare my high school education to some others, I'm amazed at what I learned that they don't know and they had never learned. So that was a big plus. That's even today a big plus for me. We had good teachers, they cared, and they didn't put up with any foolishness. There was no boys. We didn't know them. The only time we saw the boys was when there was a rally for a big game coming up. And the boys were on one side of the big hall at St. Peter's, and the girls were on the other side.
So how many were in your graduating class?
28.
28 girls?
Yeah, 28 girls. Oh, well, we had the French play, which I was in 2 years. Then I have pictures of that too. We were in the choral at St. Peter's, the big, we were 70, I think, 70, 75. And we'd go there once a week, but we'd go to the games. So the boys had a band, and they marched down. The French plays were nice when we did that, and just the relationship with the girls in the class. We're still, today you see each other, but we really don't, because the ones who are still left alive are all over the place. The last time we had a class reunion, I think we were 13 or 14. So now it would be less than that.
And you have some great-grandchildren.
I have 6 at St. John's.
6 great-grandchildren.
Yeah, that's fourth generation. The parents.
Mm-hmm.
Be smart enough to look to how this school started. We gave 10 cents a week towards Father Druin. Father Druin had brought us all, and we were in the 7th grade, I think. So, like I said, I was 10. What the heck did I know? But he had brought us in the big hall, and he had said he wanted to build an arena, and he wanted to. He had started the boys 2 or 3 years before, and he wanted to start one for the girls, and we were so thrilled. For me, those are the cornerstones. It's like the people in and out today in that beautiful school have no idea what it took to get it going. It was, and our parents helped, but they worked in the mills. I have one in there, tuition that's paid for the year, $3, senior, $3 a month. And I have that in there. I mean, I kept everything. Well, I'll tell you one thing. When my son went to St. Dom's, Jerry, it was on Bottle Street, and the third year he was there, he was so happy they'd go co-ed. Happy. 3 months later, sick of it. They couldn't do or say what they wanted. But it was teaching them too. But I mean, it's just, you can't. But these are the building blocks to what it is today. And I think back of that big hall at St. Peter's and everything that was told and tried and started there, a little light lit up so that it would flame up somehow. And the kids of today have no idea what went into what they're getting now. Oh, the hockey games. Those were, I remember the first hockey game when they went to, I was a freshman, and they went to Connecticut, Rhode Island to play for the New England Championship. I had never been exposed to anything like that. I remember in my room I was jumping, the radio was at full blast. I was jumping up and down on my bed. My mother was so angry. And they were on overtime after overtime, you know, and it's like my sister was there, what is it? And I'm trying to tell her, she starts jumping too. So it was like, and when they won, oh well, then I went completely nuts. It was so nice. Oh yeah, those are the best years. So nice, so nice. And now that it's, well, I was telling them this week on the girls come and they have that St. Dom's thing on that thing. I don't know what it does to me, you know. From where it started, I was there, and now it's just St. Dom's.
Through the years you made it clear that the time of Christ was near. Though the people couldn't see what Messiah ought to be, though your word contained the plan, they just could not understand. Your most awesome work was done in the frailty of your Son. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Adonai. Age to age, you're still the same, by the power of the name. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Erkam Kana Adonai. We will praise and lift you high. We will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai.
As you can see, our cameras have been all over and catching things which really you wouldn't get a chance to see in an ordinary event. Last March, the whole country had its life upturned with COVID, and St. Dom's had to go from a brick and mortar building to a remote school in 48 hours. Because we have a staff that is extraordinary, because they have gifts and skills that are really amazing, we were able to change the school to that remote school without skipping a beat. And while other schools struggled, St. Dom's was able to pull off a full semester. We really hoped and prayed we would not have to do that this fall. And thanks be to God, we haven't. We've been full-time since August. And in fact, we're very happy to tell you that although COVID has come in and out in the community, it hasn't been spread inside this building. We've kept the kids secure. We've allowed them to have fairly close to normal school. I think, however, the people who are most appreciative of what we've done are the parents. Like Mr. Cobb.
Thank you, Tim. Full disclosure, because I know she's watching, my wife is thankful for the full-time nature of St. Dominic Academy right now. The kids, however, yeah, it took some learning. And as you said, 48 hours to go from brick and mortar to this nebulous remote learning thing. The kids, as they are with everything here at St. Dom's, were as resilient as could be. Normal, it just kind of settled in. Now we know that was only going to last so long. We can only have them playing video games for so many hours. So we had to get them back into the building. And it took some of our littlest saints here to help us know what it was going to take to get back in here and to stay here. So please enjoy this song featuring some of our youngest saints.
When they go back to school.
When the saints go back to school, oh, when the saints go back to school, oh Lord, we have new rules to live by. When the saints go back to school, we'll wear a mask over our face, so germs don't spread all over the place. Oh Lord, we have new rules to live by. When the saints go back to school, each chance we get, we'll wash our hands. We'll do this every time we can. Oh Lord, we have new rules to live by. When the saints go back to school, to stay 6 feet away, both when we work and when we play. Oh Lord, we have new rules to live by. When the saints go back to school, if we feel sick, when we awake, we will stay home for goodness sake. Oh Lord, we have new rules to live by. When the saints go back to school. When the saints go back to school.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that song from our littlest saints here at St. Dominic Academy. Now, you'll notice I'm not on the stage anymore. They gave me this game show mic. I get to do my best Bob Barker. I'm over here visiting with our young ladies here once again, Alana and B, our second graders, and they're filling in our thermometer. And I have some very exciting news to report. Very happy that I get to be the one to do this. Girls, can you just slide out so we can see our thermometer here? We have reached, thanks to you all, $5,000 out of our goal. So please keep those pledges coming. You can call, you can text, you can visit stdomsmaine.org, click on Showtime and make that donation. Now, while I have you, come on over with me. We're going to come over here to our Dunkin' Donuts corner. Now, Dunkin' Donuts and the Connor Group were one of our sponsors here for this event. They provided the fuel, the coffee, the donuts, the treats for our staff here, our team of volunteers, and for, our youngest volunteers. So they had something they wanted to say to you guys. Once again, thank you to Dunkin' Donuts and the Connor Group because
St. Dom's runs on Dunkin'.
It's perfectly rehearsed. Now I'm going to throw it back up to Tim on the stage.
Well, thank you, Will. If any class had an unusual end to their academic career, it was the class of 2020, when we had to tell our seniors that they were not going to have their final semester look anything like their final semester they thought they would get, I don't think we would have blamed them if they had all thrown their hands up and just walked away. But they didn't. True saints that they are, they made the most of the time that they had. In fact, in many ways, they really enjoyed it. Fortunately, thanks to the help from the diocese and the creative minds up here at school, we were able to have a graduation outside in the parking lot, on the stage, but a graduation it was. Looking back at this, we asked Evan Rivard to go interview a few of his friends to see what they thought about this. I want you to think as you watch this, ladies and gentlemen, that it's your generosity that enables this school to go. That other people paid for these students to come, and in time, these students, our alumni, will go on and support the school themselves. It's for those of us who have the means, who really have a chance and perhaps even an obligation to come and help this school go. It changes lives for the better, and you are the means of that change. Please enjoy the interview.
All right. Hi, I'm Ambrose Ward. I was the class president of the class of St. Dom's 2020, and I'm currently going to St. Ansem College, and I'm a communication major.
My name is Sky Rogers. I was the valedictorian of the class of 2020 for St. Dom's. Currently, I'm a student at Boston College, and I'm studying biology on a pre-med track.
So I'm Jaden Webster. I am attending Stonehill College this year, and I am studying marketing.
My name is Andy Dolce. I'm a freshman at Suffolk University here in Boston.
I'm Robbie Day, and I'm going to Maine Maritime. My major is Marine Transportation Operations.
So I went to the Lewiston Public School system, like growing up. So I transferred over to St. Dom's after middle school. And I just right away saw the difference of what student life is like. I liked the St. Dom's culture and community so much better, just because it's easier being a student in a smaller community where you're able to get to know everybody and the teachers better than you would at a public school.
My favorite part about being a student was how it was such a small school and everybody kind of knew everybody. I feel that there's a school like that where there's so few kids, going in after class, going in after school, before school was really easy, and it was really personable. Everybody knew everybody by name.
And when it came to classmates, even though there was people you didn't really hang out with or talk to, you never really felt uncomfortable getting partnered up in a group project with someone you didn't know, because one way or another, everybody knew someone through a different connection.
It's easier to be in a class with people you know. So having those friends in your class, like you get to transition into each class better, and you're more likely to be engaged when you know people in there.
Middle school, freshman year, beginning of sophomore year, I didn't try very hard. I didn't study, I didn't do homework. And then I realized that, I really needed to start getting on it and studying harder and working harder to be able to pass, to be able to graduate, to be able to get into college. Me seeing other people doing it and succeeding at it really helped me try harder to do it.
It was a rigorous school. There was a lot of times where you'd have a lot of homework, but St. Dom's really taught you how to cope and how to understand management of your time.
Like many kids, it was very common that many kids did sports or did clubs, and the teachers being very well aware of that. They also do have to assign heavy amount of homework since it's a college prep school, but from that, even though it can be stressful in the moment, it is very rewarding at the end.
You really just have to manage your time, and that means even if you aren't really, in the mood to do it, like you have practice or a game, you gotta make sure you get your work done. And, that's just, I think in a way, it made me a better student, being able to manage that workload.
I'd say at St. Dom's, teachers are very understanding of our circumstances and were always willing to help us out and whenever we needed it. I was a successful student, but I was very busy between academics, athletics, and extracurriculars. It was still difficult and challenging, but they knew a lot about our personal lives and were willing to accommodate to that.
The teachers really focused on the one-on-one effort to make sure we did well.
Having to balance managing basketball, assistant chaplains, film club classes, lacrosse when it was starting up, and all that stuff, it definitely became a lot to handle. Every part of the staff is there for you. They're there for each student, and I feel like because the community is so small and so closely knit together, that the staff's really properly able to know each student personally and help them with their goals.
It just better prepared me because they took the time to, get to know me, get to know my strengths and my weaknesses, and they really just gave me feedback and input that really helped, and that just progressed over the 4 years that I was there.
The faculty at St. Dom's, everyone really makes an impact on you. Even if you don't have them for a class, you'll still know who they are, and they'll still know who you are.
The best part about St. Dom's was definitely the school spirit, and you could see it in the students, the sports, and the teachers, and the after-school clubs. And since being a more smaller school, as I said, everybody got to know each other very well, so you never felt like a stranger to anyone. One thing that I definitely really enjoyed were the different small class sizes. We had some classes we had 10 students, some we had maximum of 18. Those were definitely the most fun because everybody was able to just have tons of fun in class with the teacher, even during notes.
Academically, I felt it was easy to be successful. There were a lot of resources to get help if you needed it. Socially, it was a very welcoming environment. It's not it was always seniors, intimidating freshmen. I feel like that really wasn't a thing. I feel like a lot of that helped with sports as well, because if you had underclassmen on your sports teams, they always looked up to the upperclassmen, and even that carried on into school. You always said hi in the hallway to your teammates and their friends and stuff, so I feel like that really helped connect the school as a whole.
Since we don't have gym when you go into high school, the school really encourages you to either join clubs, a certain amount of clubs, or do sports.
Before I even got in high school, I knew I wanted to, be a leader on a team, especially hockey, because that was my main sport. But going into soccer, I really pushed myself to, be one of those leaders, even though sometimes if it wasn't the easiest thing to speak up, especially when there were other upperclassmen and they were captains, I still tried to lead by example and just, tried to be a leader no matter what year it was.
You can either play the sports or you can manage. And when I played the sports, I loved them, but when I couldn't play the sports because of asthma or because of injuries, I picked up management roles. You get to talk with coaches, you get to still hang out with all of your friends at practice. I helped out my coaches with middle school practices, and I'd always go to our practices and just make sure everything was set. And then senior year, especially with basketball, that became such just a close-knit community.
The basketball team wasn't so good first couple of years, if you can remember. We were really, really bad. And then senior year, we got a new coach. He did pretty good, kind of turned the team around. We ended up winning 5 or 6 games, I think.
We went from the basketball team meaning nothing to St. Dom's to meaning everything. Went to the playoffs. Everyone knew who was on the team. So many people would show up to the games. And it was just really great to be a part of that community.
This year he brought in new players and they're looking pretty good.
I love my basketball team since freshman year. Even in 7th grade, we started working with the high school, and that helped us get more used to being on a high school team, which I thought really helped. Every year we went further and further in the playoffs. That was really something to look forward to and a good goal to achieve. My senior year, I was captain with 2 of the other seniors on our team, and we didn't go as far as we wanted to, but that's all right. I think we still had a great season, and we really connected well as a team.
For a swim team, we were partnered up with EL, Hebron, Oxford, Lisbon, St. Dom's, and I believe those were all the 4 or 5 schools. And it can sound a bit chaotic, but I actually really enjoyed that joint team because you got to meet other kids from different schools, and we all formed this different kind of bond, family if you want to say.
Probably the most meaningful memory at St. Dom's wasn't really at St. Dom's. It was winning states, but I wouldn't have had that opportunity had I not been at St. Dom's and had they not given me the opportunity to play.
Got it over the middle, down the seam. He's got it for a first down to the 20-yard line. This kid is slinging it. It's Robbie Dick again, another first down for the Greyhound. Keep from the 19-yard line. In the gun this time. That's a rarity for them. They go to the outside. Good one-on-one matchup here down the far sideline.
Senior year, we had lost all of our star players. I mean, we had 14 seniors leave, and we were predicted to be like, bottom of the barrel, not so good. We had a 5-3 record, and we're the underdogs going into playoffs, and then ended up proving them wrong.
Well, I have a couple sports memories, like my celebration against EL and in the playoffs. I believe that was my sophomore year. It was in the news. It was on the newspaper. You like publicity sometimes, and I don't know. It's special. I know I won't forget that.
Yeah, I'd say the most meaningful memories were like the ones we had with our class on our retreats or the New York pilgrimage.
A meaningful memory was definitely the New York retreat. That retreat definitely is where I got to know most of my classmates that I didn't really talk much with, and we had lots of fun. It was pretty well organized considering the different changes and weathers that were thrown at us during the stay, but it was a lot of fun and we still remember it to this day.
The senior trip to Pine Tree Camp was pretty fun. I remember we did some skits, and I don't even remember what the prize was, but I just remember my team won. That was pretty cool. We played like volleyball, badminton, basketball, maybe pulled a couple pranks on a couple friends. It was definitely a fun time, and I'm just gonna hold on to those memories that I had.
As a class, we really connected on our senior retreat. Like, we all knew it was our last year. And I just remember this one game of volleyball we played at sunset with each other. And that was like one of the few things we did as like an entire class. And everybody was having fun. It was a great time. So that's just a memory that really sticks to mind when I think of that.
By far the senior prank. When we all went in at 9 o'clock, just had some fun with the school, kind of made most people smile. People thought it was funny. Administration loved it. I mean, that's one for the books. I feel like junior year, or the now seniors, really are going to have to hustle to try and top that.
So it's probably some advice that I'd give to anyone going to high school, like anywhere, but especially with St. Dom's. It's like really make the most out of it.
I would definitely say cherish your time there, because it goes a lot quicker than you expect it to.
We didn't expect our senior year to be cut short. Like, nobody expected that. So I'd say really take the time to appreciate the people there, the resources you have, the teachers, all of it, because it could all go away pretty soon.
It just feels like it went so fast, and I wish I had enjoyed it more than I did at some moments.
I feel like just making your high school as best as you can, like the experience as great as you can. I feel like it really helped me, because especially when the school got shut down because of COVID and everything like that, our class still found ways to like come together, whether it was like hanging out like just in small groups of friends, or the senior parade that we did, or just like even the graduation when everyone came together for like one last time. I feel just like all of those things are really what makes St. Dom's special.
Standing with me is Evan Rivard, the man who was behind the camera in that video. Evan graduated last year, And he fortunately was able to come up and help us today in order to the filming. Thanks, Evan. We are here in this school largely because of a support of the Portland Diocese. We're part of the Portland Diocese, and there's no one in this diocese who's given us greater support than our own Bishop Deely. He has enabled us to run. He's enabled us and filled us with the grace of God through his actions. We asked him if he would be kind enough to send a message to our school community, and he graciously obliged, as he always does. I want to remind you once again that all the money that you're giving to our school this year, in this event, is coming as our only fundraising event of the year. This would have been the Christmas bazaar, and that had to be canceled. We couldn't do the auction. We can't do the gala. This might be the only fundraiser for the year. So please consider helping us out and keeping the school running. Again, below me are the links you need in order to make this happen. And now, Bishop Deely.
Hello, this is Bishop Deely. I want to wish you well with the telethon. And at the same time, I want to thank all of those who are helping to sponsor this, St. Dominic Academy and Catholic Education, with this effort. Catholic schools form our young students as people of spirit and mind, of faith and knowledge. St. Thomas offers you an intellectual preparation for life, a spiritual grounding, a moral compass by which to guide you, and it promotes the importance of faith, values, and service. The wonderful opportunities you receive at St. Dom's are a grace. I hope that you and your families have a blessed Thanksgiving, Advent season, and Christmas. At this difficult time, always remember that God is with you, and there is no greater gift than that. May God bless all of you.
Many alumni have pursued careers in television and theater, the performing arts being a critical part of what we teach up here, part of developing the whole person.
Most folks who know about St. Dom's also know that Patrick Dempsey left St. Dom's to embark on his television and movie career, returned years later to receive his diploma from St. Dominic Academy.
We're also proud to boast of an alumnus with a successful career in theater, Scott Cody, class of 1999. He authorized us to share this clip from the Broadway tour of Something Rotten, in which he plays
It's Brother Jeremiah.
Brother Jeremiah. Thank you.
An actor is saying his lines, and then, what, out of nowhere, he just starts singing? Yes! With song and dance, and sweet romance, and with a musical we might have a chance. Who's us? Big applause with everyone cheering for us.
And for some unexplainable reason, the crowd goes wild every time. And then you got yourself a musical. A musical. A la 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 la, a musical. With flashy style and a big big smile. A jazzy dance, a jazzy hands, I swear that I'll cross my heart, hope that I, if it isn't a doozy, just darling, won't quit, big hit musical.
We would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to thank our event sponsors. First of all, our red carpet sponsor for today is Iron House Incorporated. Iron House is owned by St. Dom's alumnus Brian Langley. We're also sponsored by Emerson Chevrolet and Buick and here in Auburn, Maine. Next up, we're going to show you a clip here about what academics really means here at St. Dominic Academy. We hope you enjoy.
You know, I've worked with all over the country in schools, and I know that Catholic educators are highly dedicated, especially here at St. Dom's. It really feels like a family here. Anytime I'm able to come back over to St. Dom's, it feels like I'm walking into the door to family.
Art is just such a creative outlet for everybody.
I really see it as something that everyone can do if they are willing to take the time and put in the effort to do it. It's just an amazing outlet for our energy and our growth. It really helps us think in different ways and see the world in different ways. Most other classes, they have a set right answer. We don't really have right answers in art. You have your freedom to express yourself, to show what you want, and if you can back up what you did, you have a right answer there.
I feel really prepared moving on. I think that I've learned a lot of skills for doing my homework on which days, and I think I've been really prepared for what's going to come in college.
Being a student here at St. Dom's, I'd say, is the hand-on teaching you get from the teachers. It's really a one-on-one environment. So like I said, I feel like you can really learn a lot here.
St. Dom's has made me very effective with my time management, so that means like if I know that I have practice after school, I know that I need to get my work done after practice and still get to bed at a good time. If I have a game, get some homework done before the game, the day before the game, utilize study halls, and just make sure that everything's getting done in a timely manner.
Changing from public school to St. Dom's has been a positive experience for all of our children. The academic rigor is definitely more involved than what we've seen elsewhere, and we've seen that our children are excelling because they see their peers are also pushing them to be better students.
Ben Case is of course one of the seniors that I'm working with this year, and actually Ben Case was the very first student that I met at St. Dominic Academy. Because of his activity and involvement with the assistant chaplain program, Ben spent a lot of time on campus this summer. And during my early months before the students returned to school, Ben was one of several students that I got to meet, but he was the first student that I got to meet, and he had a very ambitious approach to his college search and his applications. As he has shared with all of you, he is applying to some very competitive schools, and it's been wonderful to work with him to package his the presentation of himself, to put together all of the elements of his education and his involvement in school and out of school, and to tie that together in a package to present to his schools.
So I'm taking general physics, calculus-based physics at University of Southern Maine. I'm taking general chemistry 1 at University of Maine Augusta, and I'm taking Intro to Economics and Calculus 1 at UMaine Augusta as well. St. Dom's was incredibly helpful with creating a schedule for me. They were super flexible in regards to allowing me to leave campus and not be here most of the time, or half of the time I should say, with being absent, and my teachers working with me to make sure that I'm caught up on all missing assignments or anything I miss in class. It's just been the support has been overwhelming to make sure that I'm doing my best here and that I'm able to attend and complete all my college coursework as well.
So during my time as an enrollment manager and admissions officer, I was of course exposed to many different colleges and universities across the country and around the world. But when I became a college counselor on the high school side, it was important for me to increase my knowledge and repertoire of the different schools across the country. So last year alone, I visited 55 colleges and universities throughout the Northeast and actually coast to coast. I visited 7 colleges out in California last summer. So I've been working really hard to increase my knowledge of schools so that I can help benefit students in their search process and building balanced lists for their own search.
Our alumni have gone on to many places. They're surrounding us in the Lewiston-Auburn area. Some of them, like Dustin Oberlander, have gone on to the Naval Academy, which is precisely what Justin did. He graduated in 2009, became a Navy officer, and he's now a student at Notre Dame pursuing his MBA. We asked him for a short testimony, and he was kind enough to send it to us.
I'll take it.
Go on.
Well, you win some, you lose some. Apparently that didn't work. We'll see if we can get that clip loaded up later. Let me ask you though, Tim?
Yes.
I know you're the president and you spend your time here. Did you know we have a Lewiston campus as well?
We do?
We do.
In Lewiston?
This Lewiston, no, the Lewiston over there.
Got it, yeah.
Yes, we have a Lewiston campus. Over in the old Holy Cross building in Lewiston houses our pre-K through 5th grade students. Myself, I spent some time there several years ago as a Holy Cross.
For me, being in Catholic school as an educator was really important because I found that I could bring my faith into whatever I was teaching and how I was instructing. And as a mom raising my daughter, who actually is now a teacher in a Catholic school, continuing that faith in her education was vitally important to me as well.
Almost half my class is non-Catholic, and they, when I look at them in Mass, they are the ones that are most tuned in because it's all new to them. You know, that they want to see what's going on, and they're trying to learn the prayers, and they go up for a blessing. They can't receive communion, but they go up for a blessing, and they're really into what we do as Catholics here.
I like art and music by doing like crafty stuff. Like at art we like do drawings that are cool. Then at music we like play instruments that are like drums sometimes. In 4th grade you play the ukulele.
Art class, I think it's really fun how we can do different kinds of projects. And I think it's really fun to do them. Music is also very interesting.
I think my favorite part is that we have good and nice and kind people that help each other out when they don't know how to play a game or something like that.
Prior to being a nurse, I was teaching in the public schools, and I found the class sizes to be a little bit larger, and I realized that what my children's needs were. So having a smaller classroom size and a little bit more one-on-one, I found it to be really effective for our family. And we've been able to follow the same group right up through and connecting with the families and become friends and really, work together. And, there's ways that we can figure out homework together with other parents, and the kids are working really well together. So the bond between all the kids has been really tight. So I've liked that.
Mr. Gagne, he's in the 6th grade class in the Auburn campus. He plays guitar for us almost every day. He kind of makes songs to help us remember stuff, and in science he made a couple of them. He's just a nice guy all around.
So my philosophy for teaching is to teach to the whole child, and really the most important thing for me is social emotional learning. Being comfortable where they are. The environment has to be nurturing and loving. And also within that social emotional learning is the opportunity for me to model appropriate communication, because oral language skills are developing. Also to think about themselves in their own environment and how they affect others. And we talk a lot about how our hands are for helping and caring and sharing. And we learn how to communicate in a way that's kind and, if need be, restorative.
It's been a plus for me, majorly because for me I should be retired a long time ago, but I have to stay. The kids are just a major part of my life.
It's full of fun and things to do, activities, sports, and you can learn a lot of things about Jesus here.
Welcome back once again. Hope you enjoyed that segment on our Lewiston campus. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you discovered that maybe there's a space for your young kid. Now I'm back over here at our board, and there's a reason for that. It's not just because the lighting's better. I assure you it is not. I'm back over here because more good news. Ladies, can you make some room here so we can see? We've just crossed the $10,000 threshold today. So thank you all for your generosity, for your consideration, for your time this afternoon. I can guarantee you, watching me right now is better than watching the Patriots. Don't change the channel. You will be disappointed. Now, I'm going to send it back over to Tim. He's going to set us up with another video, I believe.
As a matter of fact, you're right, Mr. Cobb. Our alumni often work with our current students. And one of the great benefits of being a long-standing establishment in our town is that these connections have gone broad and deep. In this particular case, we're going to show you a video about a senior who happens to be quite the accomplished dancer and the collaboration she has worked with the Dance Center.
My beautiful wife standing to my right, Amelia, we were high school sweethearts, so when I was at St. Dom's we were dating, senior year of high school, and so we went away to college, went to separate colleges, and then graduated from Bellhaven down in Jackson, Mississippi, and in 2008, and I came back and fell into banking, and so since then I've been in banking, and we kind of knew that Amelia would be coming back to work at the Dance Center, and ever since we came back to Lewiston, Auburn area, in 2008, I've been in banking, and Amelia's been working at the Dance Center and just assumed ownership this year in July.
There are lots of benefits to kids being involved in dance. There's the discipline, the etiquette of it all. We also find that a lot of our students are really great students at school with all of their academic schoolwork.
I've been dancing with the Dance Center since I was 3 years old. I just love it here. Like, they make it feel like home. This is a second family, and they're all so caring, and they just really, they care for us as people, not just dancers. Usually, like normal season, we're dancing 4 days a week, but Nutcracker, we're here pretty much 6 days a week. For me, it's anywhere from 3 to 7 hours a day, so it's a lot. I really have to make sure I'm like not messing around too much. I still make time to like have fun with my friends and stuff, but it's just like I have to make sure I set aside time to do schoolwork and time to focus on dance. It's all just like very organized.
I was not a dancer, so it's been a different experience being involved, but of course it's a family business, and as people that may have been involved in family businesses, it's everyone supports the family business, and I've really latched onto it. It's been a lot of fun, which has led me to play different roles in AKA the Nutcracker, and being dressing up as a woman as Mother Ginger. So that is one of my many hats I play.
Stagehand.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun.
All the behind the scene work.
Hall monitor at the studio.
Yeah, he's very involved.
And just making people feel welcome. I mean, the families are entrusting Amelia and us with their kids, and it's just it's a huge blessing to be able to be a part of their lives and hope to see them grow with their families, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, good to see that the amounts are rising. Please keep hitting those links, ladies and gentlemen. Every dollar you give is more we can use to aid students who want to come here, to make sure that Catholic education is available to even more students. Every dollar counts in this world, and we thank you for it. Mr. Cobb?
Real quick aside on that, if you get a busy signal when you call, keep trying. That means there's a lot of donors, and I'm really psyched about that. Now, back to our sponsors here. This is our list of director event sponsors. First of all, Landry Osteopathic Healthcare, owned by St. Dom's alumnus Dr. Charles Landry, who's class of '93. Budget Document Technology, co-owned by alumnus and current parent Steve Willett. BGA Financial, owned by current and alumni parent Mark Antoine. ABC Pool and Spa, owned and operated by current proud grandparents Dan and Diane Letourneau.
We're now going to move to a musical section. We've talked briefly about some of the arts and entertainment that our kids can do, and about how development of that particular part of their life is so critical. Well, a lot of this comes from their teachers. We're going to see segments from our teacher, Ernie Gagne, and his son. We're going to see segments from the pre-K. We're going to see segments from our Aladdin musical we were going to do. A word about the Aladdin musical. God bless these kids. They had just gotten started with Aladdin. They had just started to learn the music, and when we had to cancel the whole event due to COVID. And they had to live through several months of us saying, well, we think we can get something for you. We're hoping we get something together. But they're good sports, and God bless them, and we're so glad that they've been able to stick with it. But now, we hope you enjoy this, particularly House Arrest, an original piece by Mr. Ernie Gagne.
Hi, I'm Ernie Gagne. This is my son, Scott Gagne. We're up in Lewiston, Maine. I wrote a song based on current events. This is called House Arrest. I hope you like it. 1, 2, 3. Well, I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. This COVID virus China's run by us is causing quite a mess. To think that we must live this way today, well, who would have guessed? No, I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. Things I used to do each day, I can't do anymore. I had to write to my governor so I could go outside my door. 3 days later, I got a phone call. She wants to know what for. I said my wife and me need more TP from the local grocery store. Wasting so much of my time in front of my TV. I get the blues when I watch the news. It just depresses me. I've organized my socks and ties. My car's clean as can be. There's no more sports. I should change my shorts. I can't wait to be free. I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. This COVID virus China's run by us is causing quite a mess. To think that we must live this way today, well, who would have guessed? No, I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. A good friend of mine was so inclined to make a mask for me one day. I got permission again to leave the house when the governor said okay. I got to the store, walked through the door, and I heard my good friend say, I miss you too, no hugs for you, you need to stay 6 feet away. Hear a laugh from my better half. To her I'm such a pain. I can't get near my love so dear. You'd think I was to blame. She makes me sleep in the guest room way more than the 6-foot range. But her insistence of social distance is driving me insane. Oh, I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. This COVID virus China's run by is causing quite a mess. To think that we must live this way today, well, who would have guessed? I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. No, I haven't done anything illegal, but I'm under house arrest. Whoa, cover your mouth, wear a mask.
Yay! Autumn leaves are falling down, falling down, falling down. Autumn leaves are falling down. It is autumn. Thank you, everybody. We love St. Dom's.
Imagine a land, it's a faraway place where the caravan camels roam, where you wander among every culture and tongue. It's chaotic, but hey, it's home. When the winds from the east and the sun's believe shit is out at 1,000 tales. But master, you're in luck, cause up your sleeves you got a brand of magic never fails. You got some power in your corner, now some heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch, pizzazz, yahoo, and house. See, all you gotta do is rub that land, and now say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, no, no. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Come on, whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir. We pride ourselves on service. You're the boss, the king, the shah. Say what you wish is yours to dish. How about a little more baklava? Have some of column A, try all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me. Now watch me sell it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my, blah, blah, blah. No, no, blah, blah, blah. Ha, ha, ha.
Prince Ali, yes it is he, but not as you know him. Read my lips and come to grips with reality.
Yes, mean a blast from your past, whose lies were too good to last.
Say hello to your precious Prince Ali.
So Ali turns out to be merely Aladdin.
Just a con, need I go on, take it from me. His personality flaws give me adequate cause to send him packing on a one-way trip.
So his prospects take a terminal dip.
His assets frozen.
The venue chosen.
It's the end of the road. Whoopee!
So
long, ex-Prince Ali.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere, there's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
A whole new world, that's where I'll be.
A thrilling chase, a wondrous place.
I just love a happy ending.
For you and me.
All right, let's see where we are. Girls, could you step aside? We've hit $20,000. Thank you, everybody. Keep making those pledges coming. Every dollar counts. Back to you, Will.
Thanks, Tim. That's great news. I just received
you girls are good.
What you might call better news. One of our, we'll say, biggest fans and biggest sponsors, Mr. Dion, who has just agreed to match all donations made between now and 5 p.m. tonight. So if you haven't yet donated, or if you'd like to donate again, now's the time. Now we'll move on to our producer level event sponsors. So our sponsors for this event, Dunkin' Donuts and the Connor Group, J.F. Scott Construction, Quirk Auto Group, and Bright Start Therapy. Now another piece of our rich history here at St. Dominic Academy is our athletics. I had the pleasure of being a basketball player and a soccer player here at St. Dom's. Narrowly missed a state title by one season. My son told me earlier that they didn't need me, so I got that going. But we have a nice piece here lovingly curated, highlighting our athletics here at St. Dominic Academy. Enjoy.
The best part about being the athletic director at St. Dom's is certainly the students, the community, and the tradition. It really is athletics is fully embraced by the school as part of the whole child education, and there's a significant commitment to athletics, and both on the part of the people in the school, but the alumni is a very strong presence, and we enjoy working with them. And we've had a fair amount of success, and that's fun too.
So being a part of the 2019 state championship team for hockey was really just hard to put into words. It was a great group of kids coming together. We've even had a couple exchange students on that team, so it was a bunch of different cultures too. And it was a true brotherhood. I know it's kind of overused, but we were really family. And even like those, I was a sophomore then, even the seniors on that team, I'm still close with now.
The kids have been outstanding. They work incredibly hard every day, and they just want to get better, and they want to be coached, and they work hard. The parents have been outstanding. They have been supportive of what we've been trying to do. And I think it showed last year. We took over a team that had won 2 games in 4 or 5 years and hadn't made the playoffs in 5 years, and we won 8 games last year. We made the playoffs. We lost, but we still made it this year.
I've had a really good experience with Coach Dan. He's been an excellent coach, and he's really raised the standard for training and set high expectations, and he's been a really motivating factor to help me with work.
It's been really positive having him and Meninda as a coach. They've definitely helped me bring my training to the next level.
Coaching here at St. Dom's, coaching Sarah, coaching Liam, when I look at all the kids that I've coached over the years, they are clearly in my top 5. They're class, they got respect, they got a sense of humor, and more importantly, they have vision, and I believe they have purpose, and they know what their purpose is. And they're going to be, I don't know about great runners, I'm not sure, that's not for me to decide, but they're great people.
The athletics has been the best experience, just having that added on to the academics, like after a school day, gives you something to look forward to and just kind of let loose after studying hard and working hard.
Oh, I would say thank you to St. Dom's for giving me an opportunity to interact with the kids, kind of share some of my little knowledge about running to them and be part of this great team.
We have a lot of 3-sport athletes and that are fully engaged in the experience, and it doesn't hurt them. And
schools, the athletic ability of students that play at St. Dom's are just as great as those of Class A schools. The athletes that play at St. Dom's are great athletes.
I definitely try to enforce discipline and integrity. I mean, those are two characteristic traits that are super important to me in my life, and they were important when I was a student athlete here at St. Dom's, and that's something I preach very much to my student athletes as well. So, integrity, it's going to carry you a long way through life, way beyond the soccer field. Same thing with discipline. Those are 2 traits that are going to really, propel someone to the next level in whatever they do in life. So what better way to start that out with the easiest thing is high school soccer.
Welcome back. Before we get started rolling again, we wanted to remind you that you can call, you can text, or you can visit stdomsmaine.org to submit your donation. And if you do, feel free to include a shout out that we will gladly read on air. I have just a couple here that I'd like to share. First, from Jeff Cody, class of 1994. He wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas. Next, Julie Robert Booker, class of 94, wishes the students a healthy and successful school year. Lastly, a big shout out to the class of 1955, a spirited class who has always been supportive of St. Dom's.
Thank you. Don Dion, we mentioned a moment ago, has generously offered to match all donations made between 3:30 and 5 o'clock today. Mr. Dion has been a huge benefactor to us, and as a graduate of 1972. So again, thank you, Mr. Dion, and keep going. This next piece, keeping with our music part, we're honored to introduce a duet by our own music teacher, Matt Conrad, who is a Berkeley-trained musician. Matt joined us last year and was given a tremendous task to work on, made incredible strides, and then had to figure out how, as a brand new teacher, to teach his subject remotely. Joining him is a parent, concert pianist, Chiharu Naruse, and I think you'll really enjoy the piece they're playing.
Hi everyone.
Music, it changes lives. It comes into our souls. It fills us up with joy and pathos. Where would love be if there was no music? Where would their celebration be if there was no music? It's part and parcel of the human experience. A child starts singing when they're little, when they're young, as they'll hum around. As they get older, we want to make sure that that nascent idea is encouraged, that that little seed grows to become a tree, to flourish and to be in every part of it. Catholic schools and Catholic education is filled with great music. It's filled with the arts. It's something which is part and parcel of who we are. The reason we're showcasing our arts here is because we're incredibly proud of it. We barely have time to talk to you about the other art we do, the practical art, the sculptures, the paintings, all the different competitions we enter and win. It's a great way to express our humanity. Now I know, Will, you have some thoughts about music yourself.
Well, as we just said off camera, because we do converse between these segments, it's just what you said. I wanted you to say all of the things you just said, because when you came to St. Dominic Academy, and those were the parts of the messages that you were sharing, that we were going to rejuvenate the arts program, that we were going to invest heavily in music, that as a parent and as a person got me excited. Finding out that my child would be, he doesn't like it, but required to learn a stringed instrument this year, again, got me very excited. And as you hinted at before, immense respect to Mr. Conrad for taking on what is nearly an impossible task of teaching music remotely to kids that have no idea. So, with all of that being said, we're going to take you into a segment courtesy of Louis-Philippe Gagne, class of '72. He has some music and an interview that we really hope you enjoy.
Happy day, oh happy day, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, He washed my sins away. Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, He washed my sins away.
Every student that's at St. Dom's has the opportunity to get something very, very special that is built into a private Catholic education that you don't get necessarily at other public schools. And it's a seed of faith, and it's that faith that you take with you after you graduate. You may not even realize it while you're there, that this faith is being instilled in you. But it's in you, and it's yours to activate at any time in your life when you feel you need to call upon your faith. And you will be called you will be called to use your faith at certain times, because the older I get, and since I left St. Dom's just a couple years ago, I've had so many situations that everybody has also had, that are challenging, that are confusing, that are mind-boggling, that are scary, that are life and death confronting, and that's when you need your faith. And what a better time to activate it, when you go through those times. But it's St. Dom's that gives you that faith. It's like a program that is like downloaded into your brain, and you can activate that program. You can bring it up at any time in your life, and when you do, you realize that your relationship with Jesus, your relationship with God, is stronger than you ever think.
And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie. Oh, la 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 la.
My message for all of you out there is, if you have the opportunity or the resources or both, or any way to show your support for the St. Dom's education, now is the time to do it. Pick up the phone and call. I mean, it's so vital that you help continue that legacy that I was talking about. I'm sure that so many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And please, please, please open your hearts and your wallets and show your love for St. Dom's. They really need it. Are you kidding me? In this world, they need it. We all need it. We need the Spirit to keep moving us all.
Have some more shout outs here from our generous donors. I want to read them off to you. Wishing a happy and healthy year from a member of the class of '87. Shout out to the crew. Hey, this could be from any one of us. Shout out to the crew working hard at St. Dom's right now. I'll applaud to that. I'll be the only one in the room, though. Good luck, St. Dom's. Go far, Laura Wong, from James and Ruth Richards. And this one says, St. Dom's got me on the right path when I was a kid in the 60s. I gave today, and I hope others do too. And once again, we want to remind you that one of our biggest benefactors, Don Dion, has offered to generously match all donations submitted between 3:30 and 5 o'clock today. Thank you again, Mr. Dion, for your generosity. And for the rest of you, donation doesn't end today at 5 o'clock. The online donations will be live and available for the full week after today. So you can visit stdomsmaine.org and click on the Showtime link and make your donation even after our ugly mugs are off the stage.
Hopefully you've been enjoying our music acts, and we would like to give you another one. So Mr. Gagne, our fabulous math teacher up in 6th grade, is an accomplished musician, as you can see, and we're about to show you another one of his songs. Not only is he an accomplished musician who, along with Matt Conrad's been teaching the kids how to play stringed instruments, in his case, the guitar, he's also a to him for all the good that he does for his students. Please enjoy Mr. Gagne's Homework.
Well, hi everybody, once again. I have another song parody I'd like to share with you. This one goes to Wayne Cochran's Last Kiss. Oh, where can my homework be? My teacher's gonna be so mad at me. I really did it, but he'll think that I lied. And now I have to spend my recess inside. I put it in my bag just before we were dismissed. Wrote it in my planner on the homework list. When I got home, I made a PB and fluff. Emptied out my bag and organized my stuff. I went to my room like I do every day. I do more homework than to get it out of the way. Got it all done, a friend called me on the phone. I went to play outside cause my homework was done. Oh, where can my homework be? My teacher's gonna be so mad at me. I really did it, but he'll think that I lied. And now I have to spend my recess inside. I went home after playing, had a dinner so good. I brushed my teeth like I knew I should. Watched a little TV, then I went off to bed. Kissed my parents goodnight, and then I read. When morning came, my mom's alarm didn't ring. We never should rely on that stupid thing. I dressed, grabbed my bag, and I ran out the door. I bet my homework's on the desk from the night before. Oh, where can my homework be? Teacher's gonna be so mad at me. I really did it, but he'll think that I lied. And now I have to spend my recess inside. So now I'm at my locker and I'm feeling sad. This is my fault and it makes me mad. I really need to get more organized. I'll be right in, let me wipe my eyes. Oh, where can my homework be? My teacher's gonna be so mad at me. I really did it, but he'll think that I lied. And now I have to spend my recess inside. Do your homework.
So, a bunch of you have heard our plea and have been donating, which is awesome because remember, everything that's donated between 3:30 and 5 o'clock is doubled. So the girls have been coloring. So what are we up to, girls?
We are up to
25,000?
yes.
Okay, 25,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that is fabulous. And again, please check all your links. Hit them. If the phone lines are busy, try again. Really, at this point, no amount is too small. Every little bit you give enables us to provide Catholic education to another student. Every time you donate $5, another kid can come here and experience the education which has been so special in their lives. Every time you donate $1,000 or more, it can be. So please, dig down deep and give. These kids will be very appreciative. Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Tim. In the long list of talented alumni musicians, we have Graham Duvall and Nate Burns. They were both members of the class of 2004. They're still playing together today, playing jazz music together in their band Ponduck Trio. We're going to show you a video now by the Ponduck Trio for a song called Sneeze.
I like to sneeze when it's sunny out. I catch the breeze. Receptors in my head are flooded. I like to sunny out. I like to sneeze when it's sunny out. Receptors in my head the breeze. Receptors in my head are flooded. I like to sneeze.
Before we get to our final couple slides, a piece of information, some of you might have been noticing there's been some connectivity issues. We're working as hard as we can through them, and it's one of the reasons why we are both broadcasting this live on YouTube and Facebook. While they do work together to some degree, at least one of them at one point will be working. You know, I want to mention something. Not only, of course, do we do the arts, of which we love, but as Will mentioned, we have a long history of athletics. When I came here, I was told that St. Dom's had won more state championships than any high school in Maine in hockey, which I find to be amazing. And I can understand why, having gotten to know the community a bit. Alumna Nicole Adams compiled a photo video of the athletic history of St. Dom's. I hope you enjoy it. It's extraordinarily interesting.
Well, hi everybody. Once again, I have another song parody.
The best part about being the athletic director at St. Dom's is certainly the students, the community, and the tradition. It really is, athletics is fully embraced by the school as part of the whole child education, and there's a significant commitment to athletics, and both on the part of the people in the school, but the alumni is a very strong presence, and we enjoy working with them. And we've had a fair amount of success, and that's fun too.
So being a part of the 2019 state championship team for hockey was really just hard to put into words. It was a great group of kids coming together. We've even had a couple exchange students on that team, so it was a bunch of different cultures too. And it was a true brotherhood. I know it's kind of overused, but we were really family. And even like those, I was a sophomore then, even the seniors on that team, I'm still close with now.
The kids have been outstanding. They work incredibly hard every day, and they just want to get better, and they want to be coached, and they work hard. The parents have been outstanding. They have been supportive of what we've been trying to do. And I think it showed last year. We took over a team that had won 2 games in 4 or 5 years and hadn't made the playoffs in 5 years, and we won 8 games last year. We made the playoffs. We lost, but we still made it, and just had a tremendous year.
I've had a really good experience with Coach Dan. He's been an excellent coach, and he's really raised the standard for training and set high expectations, and he's been a really motivating factor to help push me and he helped me with work ethic.
It's been really positive having him and Meninda as a coach. They've definitely helped me bring my training to the next level.
Coaching here at St. Dom's, coaching Sarah, coaching Liam, when I look at all the kids that I've coached over the years, they are clearly in my top 5. They're class, they got respect, they got a sense of humor, and more importantly, they have vision, and I believe they have purpose, and they know what their purpose is. And they're going to be, I don't know about great runners, I'm not sure, that's not for me to decide, but they're great people.
The athletics has been the best experience, just having that added on to the academics. Like after his school day, it gives you something to look forward to and just kind of let loose after studying hard and working hard.
Oh, I would say thank you to St. Dom's for giving me an opportunity to interact with the kids, kind of share some of my little knowledge about running to them and be part of this great team.
We have a lot of 3-sport athletes and that are fully engaged in the experience, and it doesn't hurt them in terms of their ability to compete, whether it's in their primary sport or in their second and their tertiary sports. We've had students who have come here and had one sport as their primary sport and then gone on to play a different sport collegiately. So I think the well-roundedness of our kids and the ability to compete in a variety of sports is definitely something that's unique.
Even though St. Dom's is a smaller class school and our division is smaller in the amount of schools that we play, smaller enrolled schools, the athletic ability of students that play at St. Dom's are just as great as those of Class A schools. The athletes that play at St. Dom's are great athletes.
I definitely try to enforce discipline and integrity. I mean, those are two characteristic traits that are super important to me in my life, and they were important when I was a student athlete here at St. Dom's, and that's something I preach very much to my student athletes as well. So, integrity, it's going to carry you a long way through life, way beyond the soccer field. Same thing with discipline. Those are 2 traits that are going to really, propel someone to the next level in whatever they do in life. So what better way to start that out with the easiest thing is high school soccer.
St. Dom's is blessed to have a corporate sponsor program, a partnership with businesses in our community who support our school and show their care for the community. The 2 top-level partnerships result in scholarships in the name of that business. There are students who get to come to our school because of the support of those businesses. We're pleased to welcome Cody Crane to this program, recently joined us, and thank them for their direct support of St. Dom's students. And we'd love to thank all of our current corporate sponsors. The slide will be following. You'll get to see who they all are. Thank you.
Thank you once again to our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you. And I won't grade importance here, but we're going to move on to thanking our volunteers. Holding an event like this just simply is not possible without the involvement of many, without the involvement of people that they put in the many thankless hours. And we wish to give our most sincere thanks to this committee of volunteers, our Telethon committee, Sue Nee, Lucy Brown, David Palazzolo, Jason Cody, class of 96, Kay Warren, Nikki Adams, class of 2000, Don Terrio, class of 94, Matt Conrad, Adam Corvo, Michelle Manson, class of 92, and Evan Rivard, class of 2020.
And not to forget Will Cobb, class of 01.
I guess I am technically part of this committee here. A big special thank you to our clubs, St. Dom's Key Club, St. Dom's Student Senate, and the All Saints Booster Club. And we would be remiss if we did not thank the lady who continually waves her hands at us while we speak to you through the camera, Miss Deb Antoine. Why don't you guys come on
up? We have a
up.
couple more we want to bring up here.
While I wait for them to walk up, I have one more shout out.
Come here.
Shout out to the class of 75, and great job, Will Cobb.
And, we'll put our masks back on because we're now with other people. There we go.
We'll put these back on.
No. We just got to wait till... all right, here we are, folks. Thank you for all who helped here. From our helpers from the smallest to the largest. St. Dom's exists not because of one person, but because of all of us. It exists because as a dream of Father Druin back in 1941 to educate boys hockey players, in many ways, has grown to educate the youth of the Lewiston, Auburn, and surrounding areas. It exists because you do not lose faith, but you have faith in St. Dominic Academy. You have faith in the product of what we do, in Catholic education, and in the world we have. There's lots of reasons to think this world is a challenged place. There's lots of reasons to think that this world isn't that great. But there's far more, ladies and gentlemen, far more to realize. This place is an amazing place. It's an amazing world. As we close now, I want to remind you that until 5 o'clock, all the donations are still matched.
Let me actually stop you there, Tim. I was just flashed a card that says the matching will continue throughout this week.
Fantastic.
Courtesy of Mr. Don Dion.
We're going to leave you here with a song from Lindsay Cook, who graduated in 2018. She was an honors student, athlete, and a student leader. Her brother graduated in 2007, and her sister, Julianne, is currently a junior. Lindsay has given us permission to share her rendition of Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. We thank you, God bless you, and God bless St. Dom's.
Good night.
skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? And they're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself,